Saturday and tomorrow, getting every single display down. I only had a handful, but then I had a few that I didn't mark into my CRM that I just added on, and that was a mistake of me. So I almost forgot about this one, and this is an amazing display. I don't know how I can forget it. This is what happens when you're getting so many customers that you can't remember every single property, and you didn't necessarily run out when you're planning the routing to do takedown. But I should have used a CRM for it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, y'all, and I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. If y'all got any, talk to me down in the comment section. I'm going to put this on my bed of my truck, loose cannon, and all that stuff. Let me see here. Try to prop it up so you guys can see. I think I'm gonna put it on the ground, y'all. Hopefully, hopefully, you guys can see me. I'm just gonna plug my mic in. I got that mic on me tonight, y'all. Let's see what I got here. Plug in. I'm in a bad area, y'all, and I won't be able to continue to record the full video because from what I'm seeing, it keeps having me. All right, I got this thing propped up pretty decent. All right, I got this thing propped up pretty decent. I think I got it propped up pretty decent. I'm actually about to start doing these takedowns. I'm gonna start with the column. I have got a little minute. I think it'll be out here for about 30. All right, appreciate it. Do, 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 do. Clients enjoyed this display a lot. Definitely gave them something significantly different than everybody else in the neighborhood because this is one of those neighborhoods where everybody's festive and there's like, if you whisper basically and you're outside on your front porch, I'm pretty sure the neighbor can hear you. The houses are that close together, but big, decent houses, average anywhere from 400 to I think a million. Um, their own little community, but pretty festive out here. A lot of DIYers, homeowners that like to do their own displays. But I've been growing over here for the last 2 years. Um, it's actually my third year in this specific neighborhood. This particular client actually joined me for the first time last year, right before, I think it was December 17th. I believe they closed on the house. And he's like, hey man, I want to do something special. My wife, coming from Alaska, we want to make sure we want to try to, I want to try to surprise him, make a special holiday, whatever. And sure enough, we were able to get the display together, and they arrived, and they arrived to the house, trying to get settled. I think they left and went somewhere or whatever. Came back, display was up and night. They were smiling, super happy. They had something unique. They can go with traditional warm white, or they can do all these flashing colors as you can see right now. Ton of different color patterns with a dynamic display. Like right now, it's on like a cycle where it's just going through the different patterns. but in reality, you can actually just hit a button and keep it on one. You don't have to necessarily go through all those. This is just to kind of, showboat a little bit, show people that they have multiple different features, which is really, really cool. My favorite one is it's red flash white, and it does like a candy cane. That one is pretty hard. As of right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one is like let me see, got the remote up here. This one right here is considered I think it's Chase. No, this one might be Wave. Yeah, this one's Wave. I'm gonna be using my extension in a little bit to get the roof line. It's a bit wet out here, trying to be safe as possible because we did catch some rain all day today. It slowed down around about 4 o'clock, but 4 o'clock is not good enough for everything to be dry, so it's pretty saturated out here. But I got a deadline, got to get this stuff down. Hey, look at that thing. This right here, guys, is Chase. Chase is really cool. And I ain't talking about Chase Bank. Yeah, this right here is Chase. Chase is hard. It's definitely busy. You know what I mean? I like the busyness of it. But when you start seeing that the red flash white, oh man, that's my favorite pattern out of all the patterns. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm currently getting the ladder off the truck here. I got my body mic on me, my mobile mic, so you guys can kind of hear me just babble about this display. My goal is to try to get a lot of people on this. This is actually what I use to combat with when people are talking about permanent lighting. My biggest sell against permanent lighting, even though I'm going to be, installing permanent lighting, of course, this season. My biggest combat, my objection to it is, hey, well, I know you want permanent lighting, right? However, once you get those permanent lighting, that's just under the surface. You can't do like the ridges. You can't do the columns with the exact same lighting. So that's one of my things. Although there are some permanent lighting displays that do coordinate with like mini lightings and stuff like that, that do coordinate with with what I'm about to say, with dynamic displays. They do coordinate with it. They're compatible. There we go. I was fishing for the word. It wasn't coming to me. Hope you guys' holiday season was good. I know we had an amazing year, blessed year. Definitely had some growth. And trying to maintain the quality of work. That's one of my biggest things, guys. I do have a landscape business, and one of the lessons I learned from my landscape business that I took into my Christmas light business is to try not to overcommit and overbook to the point that I can't fulfill the work. So what that means is we had a bunch of people interested, right? Getting my ladder down. I'm gonna use my little giant for here. So we had a bunch of people interested, right, in service, and instead of just letting everybody pre-book and stuff like that. I block my schedule off and just say we're booked, because if I don't have the manpower to complete the workload and we're having rain days, etc., things that are unplanned for, what's that Mike Tyson saying? Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Well, I plan to get punched in the face. What are you gonna? Basically, uh, basically, I wanted to make sure I had a plan to execute without, losing the quality of our work. And we did that. We did that, and we were able to add on a few clients within the same um, neighborhood that we're serving, which was good. It's all about route density too. If we can service neighbors and people on the next street over, I highly prefer that, of course, over trying to just add in customers from random places. Because once you start adding in people from random places, you start getting spread out, and then can't get to certain places because everything is not close together. There's so many little nuances. But like, I was very mindful going into the season prior to all that transpiring, and we held it down. Um, did have some customers. I think I had like 3 customers that I wanted to cut off this season. I had one that I ain't gonna say he forced his way onto the schedule, but he definitely got onto the schedule by being consistent. So I don't know. I'm the type of person that when it comes to clients, people want to do business with people who they know, like, and trust. Thing about being an entrepreneur, guys, it's not a one way. I mean, a one-sided way of doing business. So if somebody don't respect you and treat you a certain way, you're not obligated to do business with them. You don't have to. It's just a decision. This one right here, guys, the one you see right now, this display, this flash white red is my favorite. It's disappearing already. They got to go through the cycle and it go through it pretty fast, but that flash white and with the red base color is amazing. It looked good on the other colors as well, but that red just hit. But anywho, back to what I was saying. These clients who don't treat you right, or just don't respect you, it's like you don't have to do business with people like that. It's a choice. So especially if they're not respecting the team, and I don't know. It's one of those things where this is one of those industries where it's a lot of people that are super happy to do business with you. They're excited. They're glad that you're serving them, etc. I like positive vibes. I don't want anyone that's disgruntled, feel like they're overextending, overexerting themselves to to please their neighbors, or try to fit in with their neighbors because their neighbors doing it up. I had a bunch of people like that. Well, I ain't gonna say I had a bunch of people. I had a bunch of people inquire who were neighbors, and they were trying to keep up with the amazing display that I did, or we did, and it's not for everybody. That's what I try to emphasize, that you know. So when it comes to my estimates of a dynamic display, these bulbs, depending on where you get it from, whether it's HBL, Holiday Bright Lights, or um, Dynamic Holodynamics, which are the 2 providers that has these style of C9s, commercial grade, that work well for these displays. Um, I try to be mindful of the cost because it gets very costly. these bulbs and stuff cost more than, your super bright C9s. Um, Similar to the cost of the flex filament bulbs, if those costs are still up. But if I'm not mistaken, these bulbs definitely are over a dollar, like dollar 60 or something like that. Really depend on where you get it from, because when you get it from certain distributors and not ordering directly from the manufacturer, of course the cost is going to be a little bit higher. You know, it's the cost of doing business. So, anywho, I got that unplugged. As you guys can see, I'm working on my columns first, and then I'm going to. I think I'm gonna take this light down real quick. Let me use my extension. See that roof line on the right? Just a small piece, a little short one on the right. I'm actually gonna take that down because that light attaches to the second floor. And if you guys are curious, being that it's dark, I know it'd be hard to explain it, but so my power supply from the front door, which is where you see me standing at right now, tell you how the power supply travel and how many remotes I got plugged up. So I got the power supplies here right by the front door with a timer. It's a digital timer. I mean a Wi-Fi timer, smart timer. It goes over to the first this side over here where you see me walking at now. It goes over to here, and there's a gutter. That's a white gutter that you guys probably can't see on camera, but it's right here by this yellow pole under the porch. And that power supply goes all the way up to the roof line and all the way up to the very top to where that reef is at, to be honest, because in my couple years of actually installing this display, I noticed that it's easier to put the reef when I wrap it with RGB lighting. It's easier to put that on its own controller so it doesn't overload the power supply and the bulb count of my C9s, which is not many C9s, but it can be a challenge sometimes trying to get them to proper function properly without overheating. I was having that issue like crazy at the beginning when I first started installing these displays without a quote unquote blueprint, kind of just trying to fill it out based off of what my distributor explained to me how to run it. Because what I did was, when you're doing these displays, you can't just run you can't run your jumper wire directly to a remote and it control everything. It's not that simple unless you're using like the big boy, which can control like 800 C9s. Um, these controllers that I have one here, which is, I believe I got two for this property. Um, One is for the mini. Well, it's three on this property. I got one for the reef, one for the C9s, and one for the minis. That's on the columns. And as you can see on the columns, there are actually 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 mini RGB lighting wrapped around the columns. So it worked really good without having any issues. I got 0 callbacks on this display this season. The biggest con I'm gonna say of this display, what I've learned last year and this year, is this year, right? It did well. I had 0 callbacks. However, when it comes to next year, me installing this display, I had one RGB display that I installed last year, and when I went to install it this year, it has colors like as you guys can see, it's blue right now, right? When it's a defective bulb, when it comes to the RGB line, it'll be like red. You have one red bulb and that blue right now, for instance. So if you don't swap that out, when they're using just blue, they'll have one red bulb. So they're like, hey, Rob, why is this bulb blue, right? That's So I have to come and change out the bulbs. So for one of my other displays, I had to change out roughly, I believe it was like 85 to like, I think it was 85, like 90 something bulbs on one display. The display was given, it was a decent sized display. It was roughly around, I think it was like 380 bulbs, almost 400 bulbs. But that's a lot when it comes to the cost of the display. Like, expect to have to replace an abundance amount of bulbs. Only flip side of that is this: if you were to utilize um, one of these displays and only use, I guess, selective colors or patterns, then you'll be fine. But um, to just try to deliver on the quality of what we're doing, I try to make sure all the colors are functional so the customers are not having any issues with me. Because as soon as you know, they see an issue, they're calling it out. It's just what it is. But let me get to work because I'm talking my head off, like y'all talking back to me right now. Hopefully, you guys watch the replay, and if you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Keep me making these videos, of course. So you guys see me over here with my, this is a long arm that I got from Lowe's, and I'm gonna say they played games with me this year, but so I went to go purchase a couple more because one of them, was damaged or whatever, right? And so I went to, buy another one so me and the team can be able to. Oh, there's that beautiful color. Look at that. Look at it, y'all. But I went to go get another long arm, and they changed up the brand. No, they had a newer version come in. Mind you, Lowe's has their own product line as well. It seems like a lot of big box stores are doing that nowadays, replacing stuff with their own brand. It's just what it is. But anywho, I think it's selected products that actually do good in volume. They manufacture and put it directly next to it so they can sell their product and make more profits possibly. Because their prices are usually slightly better. But anywho, so they changed up, right? They changed up to, I thought, was a better quality extension, because if you guys know about the long arm, the one that they had last year, when you extend it out, it has like little, I guess you could say, ridges on it, like little ripples to help grip on the newer one this year. The one that they had the previous year on the long arm was smooth. So I went to purchase one this year, and it said Mr. Long Arm on it, right? And I didn't know that name was slightly different. I was like, hey, Mr. Long Arm. The other one is, it's Long Arm, but it's something different. So that one broke on me. Literally, I went to utilize it and to get the lights, like you guys see me doing it already. Like when you hook the lights and bring them down so they're not just crashing down crazy, right? I went to do that, and I had a decent amount of lights given, but it's still lights. It's not super heavy or whatever. And it bent and broke. And I was like, what? This cheap thing? And it was brand new, literally brand new. I literally purchased it like a couple days before. So when that broke on me, I went to go get another one, and it was a newer one in there. And this one was Project Source. That's a Lowe's brand. So the Project Source one, I'm using it now. It's working fine. But yeah, I'm hoping that it doesn't break like me, because it's the exact same style as the newer version that they had in the store. Hope y'all get what I mean. If y'all in the stores nowadays and you're looking for a long arm, get them from Lowe's, and they're roughly 39 to 45 bucks after taxes, basically 50 bucks. I typically get a painter's brush with it. the short one, not a long one, not like you're about to roll out a wall of paint, like the short one, the one that you usually use to cut with to an extent, or on yeah, yeah, bro, not cool. But yeah, guys, got any questions for me? Drop them down in the comment section. I'm up here on the second floor, getting down this dynamic display. I figured I'll leave it lit while I do it because I like this display that much. It's pretty cool. It's kind of fancy. Neighbors don't have this. It's funny how these bulbs start telling on you. A bunch of spider webs on this line. So on this second floor, guys, you see me having these C9s. So this is actually a wood floor. I use shingle tabs. Use shingle tabs like normal, like they're going on the roof. I put them on the wood and I staple it down to the wood outside of the handrails, so it's not in the client's way, and it gives them just that extra layer of lights that look amazing. Look amazing when people are walking by. Just you got the top, got some lights on the bottom for the columns, and I feel like a little bit of a masterpiece to bringing a display completely together is to have stake lights. Stake lights are important. It's like having a whole nice outfit on and you got some nice shoes on. That's that's my analogy I like to tell customers at least. Like, hey man, your display look nice. It'll look even better if we put some state lights on. So hopefully next year, not next year necessarily because we're already in January, but plan to do some amazing things to with my customer base, cultivate these clients, um, so they can tell their friends about me. You feel me? Word of mouth is still, a big deal. Um, just trying to create raving customers, people who, super happy that we served them, love the quality of the service, comfortable with the price point. When you're getting customers that's referred by people like that, they're better quality of customer. Reason being is they're, in a sense, already pre-qualified based off of another client. If a client is already telling, hey, I went with Rob, I went with, boom, 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 they got this, that, and third. They've been doing a really good job. I never did this before. They've been punctual on communication. Like they're telling them all the perks. Um, it's almost like the person would believe what they're saying because they made a good purchase. And that's what it's about, creating amazing experiences for clients and their families and friends. And so they can choose us year after year. And just like a marriage, guys, and a relationship, the work's not done just because you secured the customer first year. Because with a marriage, you gotta it's consistent uh discipline and to work on the marriage as far as the relationship of doing what keeps the fire going to an extent. So I don't just assume that my customer is going to choose me every single year. What can I continue to do to exceed expectations? That is really important to me and I believe my customers. So what can I do to exceed the expectations of my current customer base? Hey, Send them a thank you letter. Send them a thank you card, handwritten, nothing printed. Reason being is handwritten shows that someone took the time and put thought into it, and I think that's a nice little just token of appreciation. Better yet, even going a little bit farther. This is what I did this year. So, as you can see, this property, majority of my properties I took pictures of at night, and I got those pictures and I went to CVS and printed out a mini picture, a really tiny picture, high quality photo, mini picture. I went to Michael's, I think, or Hobby Lobby, one of the two, and I bought mini frames that said Happy Holidays, and it had either a reindeer or something on it, and I put their picture in it. And I also had that with a thank you card, also with a basket, a holiday basket, themed basket, a holiday themed basket with candy canes and all type of stuff. And I gave that to my customers. To me, that is exceeding expectations. Reason being is this happened after the purchase. They did business with me. They've been purchased. They've been spending the money. People, I made it more so uh, transformational in the relationship that I have with them versus transactional. Transactional is me installing the lights and running for the hills, not communicating, and take the lights down and say thank you. That's it. That's transactional, and it's all about just the the money is the motive, basically. In this sense, my clients feel that I value them and I appreciate their business, so they're going to continue to do business with me, and that's something I want to continue to build on. That's just a little something that you can do, but there's so many ways you can go with it. Let me know in the comment section, y'all. What are you guys doing to exceed your clients' expectations for your holiday lighting business? Like, what did you do besides just do a good job? Like, sometimes I feel like, people do a good job and, you know, they expect, not to say the customer to be, ecstatic or whatever, but sometimes I feel like with certain things, if somebody's paying a high ticket for something, right, they're expecting quality of work. It's not really a an extra mile that you're really going, I would say, by doing the job that's expected of you. If you know the quality of work and they paid the ticket price, you got to deliver on the quality. That's just what it is. It's almost like when I go to McDonald's, right? And don't judge me for going to McDonald's. But when I go to McDonald's and I order my food and they give me my food, but then they don't give me the condiments that go with the food. Like they give me nuggets and they don't give me the barbecue sauce. It's like, bro, I got nuggets. Like I expected, it's expected to get what I paid for. But when I don't get what I pay for and I gotta ask for it, it's like, not cool. Like I shouldn't have to ask for a barbecue sauce when I ordered it on the thing. So little things like that. That's probably a bad analogy, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying it. All right. And I just unplugged it, but I don't want to unplug it completely just yet. All right, so I got all my lights down for the most part off this second floor. I have these two columns. There's so many more things we can do to this place. We can do the rails, we can do the landscape. So many things we can do with it. But we're going to continue to gradually build on this display year after year, make it amazing. All right, so next thing I need to do, this color you see right now, that's actually Halloween. down real quick. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. Coming down. Double check and see if I got any questions in the comment section. And I need to bring these lights down. The next thing I'll be working on is removing the roofline lighting, and the last thing I'll be taking down is the actual wreath that's in the top. And I'm going to do my best to access that without necessarily getting on the ladder, because you guys maybe can't tell on camera, but that wreath is up pretty high. And with me telling you guys that the conditions out, it's still pretty saturated and wet. It's not the best idea to go up high on the ladder while it's wet out. So safety matters, guys. If I'm hurt, I can't be here next year to do it again. Yeah, taking down these last couple lights that's up here. We use many different things to keep these lights up here. So, matter of fact, let me be real. I didn't have a callback, right? This was not a callback for this property, but these lights that's dangling from this second floor that you guys see me taking down right now on the side here. This season I was out doing, because we got about 7 to 8 properties. Like, we got a few on this street, and then we got some on the next street over. All right, one thing that I don't like about what I did, well, it works, but when it comes to takedown time, it take a little bit longer to get down. It's almost like using ridge clips. But I use white zip on the white gutter, and I zip tied my jumper wire that powers on my roof line lighting. I zip tied it on the back of the gutter, so I just went up there. All right, now that I got my snips, I'm about to go up there and snip, cut that zip tie off the back of the gutter, and I should be able to get these lights down. The last thing I'm gonna have to do, more than likely, is I'm gonna have to come to the front of the house, and I might put my ladder going up to the second floor, go midway, and that way I don't have that pole, that extension pole, extended fully out, because I'm gonna need that pole to be as strong as possible when it comes to uplifting that reef from up there. And I'm really hoping that I didn't get the because I do this thing where when I'm hanging these 48-inch reefs, sometimes I use the gauged wire that I use to anchor that reef. I usually sometimes I wrap it around the screws. So me trying to use this extension to get it off, it might not work. I'm gonna try my luck though. I might be wishful thinking, hoping I can get it off. Otherwise, I am gonna have to get the 32-foot ladder out, put the stabilizer on it, and fight my way to stand that thing up, extend it out, and then go up there and get it situated. All right, guys. So I went ahead and unplugged it because I'm about to finish up this piece. Um, Drop me a comment down in the comment section, guys. I don't know if this video was interesting with you at all. Hopefully you're able to hear me talking. I had my body mic on and it died at some point, but I'm about to finish getting this reef down that's up here and clear up from here and get going. Later.